Welcome to this edition of the West Virginia Strawberry Festival Strawberry Patch. We're here each week to bring you a little bit of information behind the scenes of what's going on in preparation for this year's 71st edition of the Strawberry Festival. This evening I have a very important person with me. This is Jody Light, and Jody works with sponsorships, so you may have seen her face in your business or a phone call from Jody. Welcome. Tell us how things are going.
Actually, I'm really pleased. We're ahead of schedule. We sent out the little yellow sponsorship packets to most all the chamber members and folks that have dealt with us the last few years that I knew of. We sent them back in November, trying to be a little proactive. Some of them have said, oh, I remember seeing that, but I misplaced it, so we're redoing a little bit of that, but that's okay. But we are actually right now ahead of where we were this time last year. We've had some sponsors that have been with us a couple years, but you know, their economy that shifts around and they can't help, but we have wonderful new sponsors.
Some come
and that's always
some
good.
Go.
Yep, that happens every year.
Yeah.
So, right now I'm pleased. We always need extra help. We've added events. Luckily, I have sponsors for those. I was real thrilled at our recent Board of Directors meeting. Had a little surprise visitor. And James Huber, who owns 7 area Wendy's as well as the one here in Buchanan, he's always been a great supporter, giving us a parking lot for the carnival and parking and things, and he's helped a little bit with the golf tournament, but he stepped up and surprised me pleasantly, and he is doing the full sponsorship for our brand new show choir competition on Saturday, May 12th. So we had him in at the board meeting, and I wanted to thank him and everything. One of the other new events that same weekend, that's kind of a new kickoff time, is our horse and carriage parade, which I know you've been talking about. And we've got close to 60 units, they tell me, from around 6 states. And I'm real tickled that I call it the Mike and Ike parade now.
The Mike and Ike horse and carriage. Are they going to ride?
Yes, they are.
Wonderful.
Mike would like to ride a horse and carriage. And for those of you who don't affectionately know who we're referring to as Mike and Ike, it's Mike Ross Inc. right here in Buchanan, and Waco Oil and Gas, or Ike Morris. And they're joining together. And so I've affectionately, told them it's the Mike and Ike parade. So they are graciously going to sponsor that entire parade. So I was real pleased because they are new events. They cost a lot more money to put them on, but I think those are going to be 2 of our really, really popular events down the road. So I'm real tickled that they stepped up to do that.
Well, just this evening before we began this, I met with Mr. Denton King, and he is helping us to put together all kinds of unique musicians on the same day as the horse and carriage parade.
It's going to be a good day.
So we're going to have musicians all along Main Street, and I'll put a plug in for you now. If you play a banjo or an accordion or a guitar, or you have a group of 2 to 6 or whatever, we are going to be featuring all afternoon from like 11 o'clock in the morning until right before parade starts with the horse and carriage at 5. And we'll be having them spaced all through Main Street, and we would love to have you participate. So if you know someone that plays Western music or bluegrass, or just likes to pick, that's a lot of
more
pickers
country
just get together.
Bluegrass flavor is what we're looking for. I don't think we're going to do rock and roll.
No, but Western.
Yeah.
We're going to have horses. Why not go Western?
Absolutely.
So if you're interested and you want to find out more about it, you can call the festival office at 472-9036, and we will hook you up with the right person and get you lined up to be involved with that entertainment.
It's a whole
and
new
it's going to
thing.
be fun. Yeah.
People always want to say, the Strawberry Festival needs to do something new. So this is a whole new weekend, a whole new flavor. I think it's going to attract a lot of new people that, horse and carriage thing. I've talked to several people and they go, wow, this is something new and different, and they want to bring their families down and be able to see. So I think it's going to be great. Show choir, a lot of you watch Glee, and we kind of took a little takeoff from that, so I think that's going to be good. So again, I really want to thank Wendy's, James Huber and Debbie Huber here in Buchanan, who very generously stepped up to sponsor the show choir competition. We've got about 8 show choirs so far, 2 or 3 from Tennessee, several all over West Virginia, and they're hoping to round it out at 10 is what they're saying, so a couple more. And again, Mike and Ike, Mike Ross and Ike Morris, we really, really appreciate them sponsoring that horse and carriage parade on Saturday, May 12th.
Have we got any new information on the Queen's Ball?
We spoke about that at our last board meeting as well. The problem is the location, the space, the parking, to have alcoholic, fruity drinks or not. A lot of different things like that. Pricing, because we want to keep the price fair and as low as we can
Well,
to
and
the
we
public.
also
So
invite royalty in.
Absolutely,
We have some
absolutely.
rather young ladies
Yes,
that
yes.
come for the festivities.
So they're working on that. We've got a couple people working on that, and hopefully within the next couple weeks we will have that nailed down as to when, where, how, and
But
it's a new
it's-
event we're bringing back.
It's still on the 9th? Or the
Well, as far as-
the 11th.
It should be on
11th.
Friday night, unless they would find something on Saturday night that could work after the horse and carriage parade. Is a
So that would
possibility, but it'd be
be-
the 11th or the 12th of May. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying the
Yeah.
9th. I even think I believe
Yeah.
I said that last week. So don't pay attention to me.
So we should have a Queen's Ball that was, those of you who are the old timers like us, remember we had the Queen's Ball at the Armory for years. And it was a very gala affair with the Queen and court coming in. Sometimes they had the armed forces doing the cross sabers as they walked in the red carpet. I don't know what extent we're going, but they will be there, and I think that'll be a nice new event. So we're looking forward to that.
It's sort of gearing up for a nice long week, actually, because if
absolutely.
it starts on the 11th, it'll run clear through the 20th.
Yep.
And I found a note in one of my folders that they're going to be having a golf tournament. Is that May 6th? Is that correct?
Right, May 6th, I was going to mention that. That's another new sponsor. This is their second year, Performance Motors, out of the Tucker County, I believe it is, area. I hope I say that right. But Performance Motors and those folks are generously doing the entire golf tournament, and it is on Sunday, May 6th. We wanted to avoid Mother's Day and everything else. And they're also going to have a brand new car if someone's lucky enough to get a hole-in-one.
Oh.
Brand new car if you get a
Now,
hole-in-one.
as I remember, Steve Holland is working with
Steve
this,
Holland is the
and
director.
part of it is at Riverbend and part of it is
Yeah.
at the country club.
And
So both places are involved.
We try to get as many of the local businesses involved as we can. We've had it at one, we've had it at the other, but it seemed to be enjoyable by the participants last year. And I think, correct, I could be wrong, I think they start at Riverbend and go to the country club, but I could be wrong. Steve Holland is the person.
Well,
But
we know both
they
of them are involved.
Both of them
There'll
are
be more
involved,
information
and
on
absolutely. But again, Performance Motors, we appreciate their sponsorship of that fun event. They had several teams last year and some really nice awards, and then there's some local sponsors as well that'll do a special hole, or they have some fun things out there on the course. Right.
Okay. Now, in sponsoring, we have a variety.
We do.
We have a lot of need as far as large sponsors, but we also have small things that don't cost a buku bunch of money.
Right.
So give us a ballpark figure of what you're looking at. If somebody's watching this program and they think, well, I'd like to sponsor, but I don't have the money to do an event.
And that's the reason with the sponsorship book, and in case you didn't get one of those and would like to get one, if you'll give us a call here at the festival office or call me direct at my office at 472-3033, I will deliver one or mail one. But we do have in that book anywhere from $250 to $20,000 and everything in between. So there's $250, there's some $500, $800, $700, $1,000, $1,200, $2,500.
And you have them. You have the sponsor amount with an event.
Absolutely.
So if somebody's particularly interested in one certain event, they could check, see how much it is, and maybe it just fits right into what they
Absolutely.
can do.
And that's the reason Performance Motors got involved with the golf tournament. They're avid golfers. They enjoyed. They actually put 2 teams in last year, and I think they're doing that again this year. So if you have an interest, for instance, Kelly Motors is doing the photography show, and a gentleman whose family works at Advanced Hearing Solutions and does the Antique Engine and Tractor Show. They're sponsoring that. We appreciate that.
And is that going to be at Stockard?
As far as I know, that has not changed. But we do have some folks in Tellus. They really, really enjoy doing the Strawberry Idol.
Right.
So they are, again, in fact, they said, we'd love to do that forever. They enjoy it. Very active participants locally and on a corporate level.
While we're talking about Strawberry Idol, if you're watching this evening and you would like to participate, Thursday night festival week, which I believe is the 17th, that's gospel night. It's $25 to enter that one. You also may enter the one on Friday night, which is open class. That's $25 to enter. Various age limits.
Right.
Ages, adults and youth.
Right.
And then the finals are at 5:30 on Saturday. So if you're interested, all you have to do is to go to our website, which is which is West Virginia, strawberryfestival.com, and we can find those applications and fill them out and get them back, and you might win something really special.
Absolutely. The festival is all about entertainment. We don't have sponsors for street parties. I would love to see that. That's a little bit pricier, but I know there's some folks out there who've done it before and would like to, and they get a lot of promotion for that. We also have the courthouse entertainment, and some people get a little confused. There's street parties on the street, and there's courthouse entertainment on the courthouse, and
we
there's
have
strawberry
it
idol on the
everywhere.
court. We do, and it's all free. I mean, that's what's wonderful about this festival. You don't have an entry fee to get in. Courthouse Refractories is sponsoring the courthouse entertainment this year.
Oh, good.
Intellis is, of course, doing Strawberry Idol. And we're looking at some of these other folks. Suddenlink, I think, is coming in to do some things, and U.S. Cellular, again, wants to do some things. So we do have a lot of sponsors out there. Weyerhaeuser, we've not heard from. They always do something. They're always generous, and Martinsville, I know we'll be hearing from those folks. There's a lot of really wonderful, generous sponsors, and they know some of them don't benefit directly from the festival, but bless their hearts, they open their, I always say affectionately, they open their pocketbooks as well as their hearts, and they support the community, and that's what it's about.
The festival is an all-volunteer organization,
Absolutely.
and we can only present what we have the money to present.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it gets really hairy.
Yeah, it's this year, and I have talked to a lot of very generous sponsors who would love to do something, but they've had budget cuts serious in the oil and gas industry and some others, and they've been very understanding. Some of them are still donating maybe some food or some water for the trailer.
Well,
things
in-kind,
like that.
that's something you need to talk about, an in-kind sponsorship, which is also very much appreciated.
Absolutely. We had a world of people who, some people just said, I want to help, I don't have a lot of money. They donated cases of water. Maybe they brought food to the festival headquarters. A lot of people don't realize that festival headquarters now will even be about a 10-day time period it'll be there. So every day there are festival volunteers and board members there. There are event chairmen there. The band stop there. Their escorts are there. The royalty is in and out on a regular basis. The TV stations, the radio stations. I mean, it's just a real buzz of activity, and they're almost too much at times, as we know. We have to throw them out the back door. But, those people have to eat, and sometimes, you're scheduled to work, 8 hours or something, and you're there 12. So we really appreciate some of the local restaurants and vendors and people that bring in, the donut shop will send donuts, and 2 or 3 of the pizza places
And
send
the person,
pizza.
who is our headquarters going to be provided by?
That is, you would ask me that too. Well, Coreheart is, you mean the home itself?
There's usually a home that
I think it's Prestige Homes, but
I think so
I think
too.
so. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Prestige Homes. They did a lovely job last year, and if it isn't, I greatly apologize. But the Buchanan Rotary Club has done some other things, children's activities, and they're actually going to sponsor the headquarters per se as far as the food and things.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because we do need to buy some other things. It doesn't come all donated. But it is a buzz of activity. You can come in, you can get the Strawberry Festival brochures, you can get the tabs from the newspaper, you can buy, of course won't have those out for a while, but you can get your souvenir program book. Those are all things. A lot of people come in and register for events. We do have the Strawberry Run, as a matter of fact. I was real pleased that Premier Bank is going to sponsor the Strawberry Run. Dr. Johns will coordinate that.
He does a nice job.
He loves it. He loves it. But Premier Bank is doing that, and they're sponsoring the Brass Masters, so we thank them for that. So sponsors are coming in. I'm very pleased. There's a lot of things in the sponsorship book, but as I've always said, there are things there, structured events. But if a person or a business has a budget of X, and it maybe doesn't fit in the little holes that we have placed, if they'll contact me, we'll try our very best. We'd like to get everyone involved that can be involved at whatever level that they can, to be involved in the festival. So it's not that if there isn't something there that appeals to them or budget-wise, talk to me and we'll see what we can do.
Right. We also have another program which helps to fund the festival, and that's our membership. If you would like to participate in the membership campaign, Melody's is doing that. Melody, what is
Tennant.
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 I wasn't sure what her married name was. I always knew her as a Stemple.
Yep.
But anyway, Melody's working on that, and she's doing a nice job getting that together. You can be a gold sponsor. A gold sponsor is anywhere from $60 to $125. The Platinum Berry, $125 plus. And we have a Red Berry, and that's anywhere from $10 to $59. And all you have to do is to call the festival office if you have a a question, that phone number is 472-9036, and we do have people answering the phone and sort of fielding out to the right person.
And if they're not there, they're real good. I've gotten several messages back. So if you do call and you get a recording, we all do have, most of us have full-time jobs as well as this. So if you do get a answering machine, don't hesitate to leave a message for who you would like to speak to, and that message will be coming to us and we'll call you back. Just as an example, there's some things that we don't have sponsored, and people always ask about different things. Well, we do have a little surprise. I think the Bluegrass Jam actually is sponsored.
That's coming back this year.
That is coming back this year. It's going to be a bigger
Wednesday.
name. That's going to be a little bit bigger name.
6:30. I'm not sure.
Yep, I believe so. As again, I said, Courthouse Entertainment is by Corehart Refractories. The Dignitary branch we scrapped this year for a variety of reasons, but we're going to do some other things to honor those people. The headquarters again is the Buchanan Rotary Club. The Horse and Carriage Parade, I don't want to miss anybody. Horse and Carriage Parade is Mike Ross and Ike Morris. Keep going here. The law enforcement breakfast. A lot of people kind of take that for granted. I think we have 30 or 40 officers, city police, sheriff's department, and a lot of state troopers come in from out of town. And they work 12, 14 hours, crazy hours. Sometimes can't really stop to eat, but we're really blessed that the 88 restaurant will provide a really lovely buffet breakfast for them, complimentary. And then most all of the fast food restaurants here, several I've spoken to already, will provide coupons that they can stop at Burger King and Wendy's and the different restaurants that have given. Those are the ones I know of have given us coupons so far. The minor court always is a delight. Those little ones in the minor court at the coronation, and John Jenkins and Jenkins Ford, have sponsored that for several years. He does, and he's doing that again. So Jenkins Ford has the minor court. The photo exhibit is at Bill Kelly or Kelly Motors, and Marty and those folks are generously sponsoring that. Loudon Insurance is doing the senior center activities. The show choir competition, once again, thank you James and Debbie Huber and Wendy's for graciously sponsoring that. Strawberry Idol again is in Telos. The Strawberry Run is Premier Bank, and they're also they decided to do two things. So they're doing the Brass Masters as well. And we have some others that are coming in. I know that Aaron Rentals, who happens to be one of the board members too, he's going to bring Lucky Dog and have Lucky Dog around. And I know Lowe's is going to be a sponsor. But some of them are just, it's a matter of what they're going to do. I know Martin Oil is, I know that Weyerhaeuser is.
Upshur County, see where they fit in.
Exactly. Upshur County Commission made their commitment yesterday. And we really appreciate those sponsors who say, they're not real particular about what they sponsor. They just know we need help, and it kind of, we try to make the best fit for them, but also what we really need in the festival.
Well, it's very important that we put a plug in for our city of Buchanan and for all the staff. They just have people working all the time to make sure the streets are cleaned up and help us put up our flags or whatever it is we're going to put up. They're just very good to help us.
They work hours and hours. We met with them yesterday, and all the department heads came in, including the mayor and city and the police department, the fire department, the street department, everyone to come in to coordinate to make your stay in the community and the visitors the most pleasant, smooth, and easiest, and for us. We couldn't do it without them.
And the same with the county commission.
Right. And I don't want to fail to mention that we also have Chesapeake is going to be one of the sponsors for the Grand Feature Parade, and they'll have a float as well. And I believe Prestige Homes is maybe a division sponsor, what we call a division sponsor. The Buchanan and Rotary is also talking about doing that, but a lot of people are just deciding on some different things, and there's a lot of open ends there. So I can't thank you, as I said at the chamber meeting recently. Whether sponsors giving us $5 a case of water, whatever they've done over the past years or are doing this year, we thank you. And if you can't do anything this year, we fully understand. And if you can and you've not heard from me, if you see my name come up on the telephone, I joked at chamber, I hope I'm not the one that you go, oh, I don't want to talk to her, she's asking for money. But we try to be as understanding as we can with your budget, fitting in our budget. And again, even though there is a structure in the sponsorship book, if someone has something that they feel strongly about helping with, or that we maybe didn't think of, or something that their budget is a little bit different than what we have left to sponsor, we're more than happy to talk to them and make it work.
And in kind as well.
Absolutely.
Because there are a lot of things that we need, and if you have that particular
Absolutely.
thing, and you don't have a lot of money, but you're able to help us with something that we need, for the festival, then that's sort of a...
And we really can't forget West Virginia Wesleyan.
No.
We have Band's House there. They donate the use of the
Everything.
gymnasium. Basically the whole, yeah, exactly.
They
Basically
pretty much
the whole,
turn it over to the
whole
festival.
facility. We have the coronations in the chapel, and we have craft shows and band competitions and field competitions. And that's another wonderful event on Saturday evening, May 19th, is a field show. It's not going to be a competition, but we have a Marine Corps band coming from Parris Island, North Carolina, or South Carolina, whatever.
They're
it is.
South Carolina.
I don't know why I say that, but anyway.
There's about 9 groups, and we've got them from France, Jamaica, 2 groups from Canada, 2 or 3 groups from
It is something you don't
New
want to
York.
miss.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. So you want to make sure you put that, and that gets you through just about the time that the Party Gras is going to start down on
Right.
Main Street, so you can do it all. And the tickets for the field exhibition, I think, is going to be $5. So that's not bad when you think of all the entertainment you're going to be able to watch and listen to and enjoy.
And one other sponsor we don't want to forget is Jaws Barbecue. Gary Cannell's always helping, so he's providing some meals that somehow we're working around to where we'll be. But I think we're going to donate. He's donating some things and helping us.
He's going to do a feast for us on Sunday on Mother's Day. So if you're thinking, what can I do for my mom, or if you're a husband out there and you want to take your wife out for a special Mother's Day, bring them downtown, and that'll be on Sunday. We'll be serving from 11 to 2 right here at the new town square. And Gary's going to have all kinds of good things
stuff.
to go along with the barbecue. He'll have potato salad and all kinds of
And we
things.
have entertainment that day.
And we'll have entertainment downtown. And so it's just exciting. I just hope the weather is good. Carnival, that's one thing that we keep asking, what's going to happen here? Are you going to have a carnival? Where's it going to be?
Absolutely are going to have a carnival. We did meet with the city. There are some details to be worked out, so I don't want anyone to take this for gospel. But right now as it stands, obviously we know the muddy area down there is just not conducive to parking or anything, so that's probably going to be fenced off. But with all this other area will be paved, and with all that being paved and maybe moving some vendors around and massaging just location-wise, to our knowledge right now as it stands, the carnival will be basically in the same location, basically the same size. The big shift, and again, Rob Smith, our past president, does handle both the carnival and the vendors. So don't want to shake up any trees. It looks like but it actually sounds like a very positive. If they make the move, it could be a positive shift. Put them all together so people have got a real place. If you want a corn dog or a something sweet or whatever, it's all going to be there together. You don't have to kind of run and find things.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So and we will mention something if you have. For example, if there's a church or an organization that wants to have something to sell, whether it be hot dogs, strawberry shortcake, cookies, or sandwiches of some kind, there needs to be a permit from the Strawberry Festival to do that. And it's not just the festival saying we're going to arbitrarily do that. We have to answer to the health department.
And our liability
insurance. And so there is a permit fee, and we try to be as good as we can as far as how much that's going to cost. So if you call the festival office again at 472-9036, you'll be filtered out to Rob Smith, and he will take care of that and set you up a certain place. And also, if you are a local vendor and you have somebody's yard or in front of a business, you do need to get permission, written permission from that homeowner or business owner, so that we're sure you're there legally and with their blessing.
Well, and we want to make sure we look at those permits and make sure that that there aren't 25 of the same thing. I mean, I don't think he's ever really turned anyone down, but it is with the health department, and they have to be inspected. If it's a food type issue, we have to cover them under our liability insurance. So obviously we don't want to come to you after you've set up and baked things and got all excited, and unfortunately the law enforcement does have the right to shut them down, and we don't want to do that. So please give us a call at that 472-9036. Talk to Rob Smith, get you a permit. churches. There's some folks make a lot of money, so get those
and
permits.
We want them to.
And we want to be able to let people know they're here. But if we don't know you're here till the day before, we can't let people know.
Well, I just am excited. I just hope that the weather's going to be nice and that everything works just the way it's supposed to. Of course, when you work behind the scenes, you have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C and
and on down the road. The other thing that someone said to me today was, if it's 82 in March, what's it going to be in May? Let's hope only 80. I don't know. Because those bands with those uniforms, it was 82 and 84. And when it's that way in March, I hope it's pleasant and we look for good sunshine and good weather. Our only concern when it gets too nice is those poor kids. If you ever see them in those uniforms, they're a murderer. They're a killer.
Well, the nice thing too, and I want the folks out there to know how much we appreciate what you do when you decorate your yards, when you clean up and put your flags out and your strawberries, and then when you invite some of these folks to sit on your porch,
give them a bottle of water,
or give them some water, and folks do that all along the strawberry lane.
Yeah. So, and we get a lot of emails and calls back at what a wonderful experience they had, what hospitality they had here in Buchanan, and it's you folks out there that do that, because the festival's only a small board of people, and we do as much as we can, and we get a little frustrated and harried at times. So thank you for maybe having our back in Buchanan.
Well, and if you're out there watching and you think, boy, there's something I'd like to do. Maybe I'd like to meet a band. We need band escorts. Maybe you would like to work in the gift shop. We're going to have the gift shop open. It'll be open right here on Main Street, and that's where we're coming to you today. We are in our shop and our office. It's sort of a combination of the two right here. And you know what? We need to tell people where we're located, because there's folks who still don't know we're in a new location.
That's right.
And I know where it is, but do we have a number as far as Main Street?
That's a terrible thing.
Anyway,
we know corner of Main and Spring,
right across from sort of catty corner from where the Intermountain used to be.
Chinese restaurant
down a little ways from Dr. Martino's office. We're giving all these plugs.
Main and Spring,
Main and Spring, and it's the same road that you travel down if you're going to the carnival. We'll get it right here.
That's terrible to say. But it's right. It's a nice corner location, and we do have all
lots
kinds
of windows with a lot of things in it for you to see.
Today I was going through the drive-thru, and a young lady saw my earrings, and I forgot I'd put my strawberries on for this evening. And she said, "Where did you get your earrings?" And I had to think for a minute. I forgot that's what I had on. And when I reached up, she said her daughter was going to be in the Strawberry Blonde contest. And she said, "Oh, I want to get her some neat things." And I said, "Well, come to the Strawberry Gift Shop. We've got headbands and combs and earrings and necklaces, as well as shirts and things and all kinds of things." So,
and we're going to have a new shirt this year that's going to just everybody. It's a tie-dye.
It is.
But it's going to be neat. So
very neat.
We just have all kinds of things that we're working on and planning for the 71st edition. 71 years. And the only time that the festival hasn't been held was during World War II. Other than that, it's been here since 1936. And we hope it continues. And with your enjoyment by coming to all the events and by the sponsors helping us and folks volunteering, we hope it lasts a lot more years.
And if they want more information, they can go, as you said, to our website. And we also do now have a Facebook page, and I think both of them are keeping updated. Facebook's a little bit more interactive, so if you want to leave some comments or suggestions, that's easier to do there, but the website has some updated information.
You want to give that website?
Just basically, if you're on Facebook, look for West Virginia or just WV Strawberry Festival, and you should be able to find it very easily.
That's WestVirginiaStrawberryFestival.com.
For the website. And Facebook, you just kind of search for the Strawberry Festival.
You can Google,
right there.
can't you?
Probably can, but if you're on Facebook, that just go right to it. Yeah.
So we just got all kinds of things, and if there's a particular question you have about the festival, if there's information you'd like to know more about, if you just give me a call, Carol Long, at 472-2191, and give me your suggestions on what you might like to see on the Strawberry Patch. And I want to make sure that we thank Tenerton Auto for their sponsorship of the Strawberry Patch. They're located in Tenerton. They take care of all the needs for your car, from inspection to towing and working on car repair. So thank you, Tenerton Auto, for your support, and thank you all the sponsors who help us bring this festival to you.
Those that we know now and are yet to be known.
That's right. And
Thank you so much.
We hope you'll join us again next week. Thank you, Jody, for coming.
Carol.
And we've had a little bit of struggle today to get everything done, but
It
you know,
worked.
we all have other jobs
That's
to
right.
do, and we have other things that we
Commitments,
have
yes.
to be committed to. But we'll try to bring you Strawberry Patch every week, and we thank Channel 3 for working with us. So we'll see you again next week. Have a nice evening.